Let's dive into the bad here. The Pittsburgh Steelers defense is where we start things off. 162 yards on the ground for Derrick Henry, averaging 6.8 yards per rush. And then Lamar Jackson throws 3 touchdowns. You lose Joey Porter Jr. You're down to Corey Trice and James Pierre. And everybody all week, for the last couple of weeks, is asking me, where's Corey Trice? Where's Corey Trice? Where's Corey Trice? That is why Corey Trice was not on the field. Not because he's not a good player, not because he's a guy that doesn't have a future on the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is both of those things. Both of those things fit the description of Corey Trice. He is a part of the long-term plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he is a good, promising player. The problem is that he hasn't played much in the NFL, and to toss him into action against guys like Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts and now Patrick Mahomes is very troublesome. That is not what you're looking for if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, because it leads to examples like last night where he's lost, where he can't keep up with these guys. Why? Because he spent most of his time rehabbing a hamstring injury. Last season was an ACL injury, and now you're just looking for him to get back onto a moving train, to get ready and adjusted to be able to play NFL football once again, not take on this expansive role. Well, against the best quarterback in the NFL, Corey Trice is going to most likely have to start. Now, according to Nick Farabaugh of Penn Live, Joey Porter Jr. is feared to have suffered a PCL injury. That's probably going to keep him out a couple of weeks, if not the rest of the season. It is not good by no means. I'm sure we'll have more answers today when Mike Tomlin addresses the media at noon. But for right now, you're walking into Christmas Day. You're taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs with Corey Trice and James Pierre. And my only solution there is to put Cam Sutton on the outside and hope that he's somewhat better. I would imagine he is. I get that people are down on what Cam Sutton is and what he can bring to the team, but he's got to be better than the options that they currently have out there. And if he is, even in the slightest bit, you start him and you play him more than the rest of them. And I don't disagree with that. I felt that the last 2 weeks with James Pierre, and I feel it now. If you're going to walk out there with Corey Trice and James Pierre, you might as well walk out there with Cam Sutton and give yourself at least a fighting chance against Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy and probably Hollywood Brown and so on and so forth. Because yesterday was a prime example that your secondary is not deep, and it is concerning. Jingle bells, jingle all the way to my partners at DraftKings. The holidays are finally here, and my partners at DraftKings have the perfect gift for you. Right now, all new DraftKings customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code ALLSteelers. The crown is yours. That's right. New customers get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins after betting just $5. And don't forget to stay in the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. I do it all the time. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings daily fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code ALLSteelers and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. That's promo code ALLSteelers only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Meanwhile, Deshaun Elliott, I don't expect him to play, and that was another what are we doing here? You need some safety help. You need Deshaun Elliott out there. He's a playmaker, and the Steelers don't have a playmaker. They have guys missing tackles. They have Patrick Queen missing tackles. Damontae KZ missing tackles, taking wrong routes. Guys getting lost in coverage. That's what it comes down to. And I won't put the Mark Andrews touchdown on Damontae KZ because that was Cam Sutton and Minkah Fitzpatrick, which is the most concerning thing because those are your two smartest players on defense. And they were lost in coverage in the red zone against the second, third best tight end in the NFL. That is not what you're looking for. The defense as a whole simply has to tackle better. And if you fill assignments well and tackle, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is phenomenal. And they've shown that a number of times this season. The problem is they don't do either of those things consistently. And that comes down to coaching. People want to put it on TA, and I think, yeah, TA deserves a lot of blame. But Mike Tomlin deserves a massive amount of criticism for how poorly coached this defense is and how the fundamentals for a head coach that pushes fundamentals harder than anybody else in the NFL. The Pittsburgh Steelers tackle more than any team in the NFL during training camp, and you can't tackle in week 17. Why are you tackling in July? Why are you spending the time to get physical when you can't be physical when it matters? Where is the disconnect? Where is the problem? Because that doesn't add up. If the Pittsburgh Steelers are this big physical hitch in the mouth team, play like a big physical hitch in the mouth team. And some of them do. A lot of them don't. And that's the issue here. When you're missing tackles, you're not going to win, especially against good football teams, especially against good offenses. But at the same time, I don't know how you fix it because you have 2 weeks left. You can't tackle in practice anymore. And the Steelers spent all their time tackling in July and August, and they still can't tackle now, which means that added work did nothing. Again, I don't know why. I don't know how we got here, but we did.